we shot one of the scenes when basically we have a threesome with Billie.
And it's the very reason I've met you, because I needed to find a girl.
You've employed me to do this job.
Yeah.
And it was going to be someone else, but they've cancelled at the last moment. So we've got to this place together, and
by fate.
By fate, yeah. I run in front of the car. I think that's it.
And you are the one.
Yeah. I'm that good. But we shot at the Ritz Carlton.
In Double Bay.
In Double Bay.
It's like this completely deserted old hotel, which was pretty cool actually.
Yeah, apparently, like, because it was just, everything's still there. The furniture in it, like, it's not used for anything, but the furniture's still there. And apparently, like, when it shut down, there was still like notepads, like, on desks and stuff, and everything's still there, like the chandeliers. It's quite grand, almost in an old world.
And a bit old world, I was about to say.
But it was really strange because we had this. It's a very big hotel, massive hotel. We were only using one room, but it was just. It's like almost like a ghost hotel.
It was.
Like that, and that guy.
Michael Hutchins killed himself in another room, apparently.
Which was next door to us.
Was it?
This is the room where Michael Hutchins died. You know, the heat access unit?
Yeah.
Rooms all set up like
that mark on the doors where we...
And what happened was, housekeeping came up, knocked on the door, couldn't get in, so they just let themselves in. He's on the back of the door. She ran straight down back to housekeeping, said Michael Hutchins dead in the room. 500 people come up through the room before the police got here.
Oh my
So the crime scene was contaminated.
Unbelievable.
But it was like this kind of haunted, weird, old school, spooky hotel. But anyway, so we had this kind of menage a trois, getting our gear off and, you know, having this, doing cocaine and having sex with this guy called Willie, who's a bit of a douchebag, really.
Yeah.
And it was pretty full on, wasn't it, having to shoot that scene?
It was, yeah. It was. It was pretty funny. Like, in like the head of the scene is you and Willie on the bed.
So you're in the foreground and we're in the background.
Yeah. And you can see you guys on the bed, and I turn around and I come towards you
and join us
and join you. But like, we hadn't really, the first take we didn't really organise like what we were going to do. Like, there's nothing. It kind of, it's very blurry by that stage.
It's very blurry, but still I'm writhing on top of Hazem, who's the actor playing Willie.
Yeah, and you were, so you were like,
going for it.
You go for it. And
yeah.
I kind of came, we hadn't really organised like what we were going to do, and so I kind of came and felt very awkward. I was like, kind of just came in the middle of you two and just like flopped my head down. I was just like, I was just still, my arms like by my side, and I was just like, no.
And Hannah had her back to camera, and her eyes are just like looking at us going, when are they going to call cut? When are they going to call cut?
I was like waiting. I'm like this, and it was really weird because I was just doing nothing, and I felt like a bit of an outsider, like coming into.
And we like had to open up and invite you in.
Oh, I was like, thank you.
Oh yeah, Josh.
How are you, mate? How are you? Basically, I play a character called Stick, and he's just a drug-fucked individual that likes to beat up prostitutes. Well, basically, I got a call from John, and he said, "Oh, do you want to come and do this movie?" And I was just like, well, "Absolutely, I'd love to get back on the set with you and get back with the family again."
So she's going to kick your ass tonight. I've decided to make it much more violent. You're going to be really fucking nasty now, and you guys are going to have a fight, and she's going to break a beer bottle across your face. Yeah. Sticks come at you from behind. He's after the bag, but it's a fight. He probably pushes you over to here. We can sort of slam up against here. There's like a box of old beer bottles and shit down there. We can have a bit of, you know, sort of a struggle. We can get you grabbing a beer bottle and just smashing into his face. And he goes down like, and there's blood pissing out of his face.
It's good to see how involved he is in this, like how excited he gets over everything. How long are we going to do?
I thought you were going to do me next, John.
So yeah, it's good to be back on the set again with John and the team.
You get into trouble.
Today we've been shooting a scene where I get a bottle smashed on my head, which is really good fun. I think we've used up every single bottle, which is about 6 bottles.
Tonight we were playing around with our candy glass bottles. The candy glass is not actually made out of candy. it's actually made out of like kind of like sellotape, the non-sticky side of sellotape. And we make the molds, and this is what they are, and they shatter very, very nicely over someone's head. So that's what we were doing tonight. Josh, our actor who was playing Stick, managed to get about, I think, 6 bottles in their head.
Just bang, bang, bang on the head.
How did it feel?
It's fine. Yeah, it didn't feel like anything. Did it feel good? How did it feel for you? Just go bang over my head.
Scary.
You loved it.
Yeah.
But I must admit, I loved it.
I thought it was great fun.
I think he's probably a little bit sticky at the moment.
Yeah, it's been a pretty interesting evening.
You slide.
The log line for X is a jaded call girl, a fledgling hooker, the knife from hell. And basically it's a story that starts at sunset and ends at sunrise. It happens in a very focused location. And it's about 2 prostitutes who go through the night from hell. This cathartic, tragic, uplifting, liberating, redemptive sort of experience.
Shay survives the film after everyone else basically around her. I think she's almost by the end feeling like she's got some sort of killing disease. Like everyone around her like dies basically. So she's left where she started with no one again, but then a whole different perspective of the world, of this scary world, and no way is she going back to that world.
What's interesting about Ligurian, you know, and coming from a, you know, he's a fictional character, but he's a true character. That you know, he lives a double life. His home is out there in the suburbs somewhere, you know, in a nice little suburban. You know, he's got a wife and 2 kids, but then he's got this other life which is in here, in the cross, and after a while, the life in the cross starts to become the real life, and that starts to become a weird fantasy that doesn't make sense anymore, going home to a wife and kids. But when we meet him, he's at the point where he's made the decision to get out, and of course nobody ever gets out.
Working in King's Cross has been eye-opening. Actually working in amongst it and sitting in cars for long amounts of time, just watching people, watching prostitutes, watching drug deals going on, watching street people, watching kids. I don't know, it kind of gets inside your skin. It's real.
It really, really stands up as in terms of a filmic experience. There's not a boring moment in it. It's stunning to look at, and you are pulled into that story from pretty much the opening credit.
The film has, you know, it's violent, dark, you know what you said, it's lots of action, but it's essentially about, like, you know, 2 women just, you know, trying to live is the best way to do it, you know, trying to live their lives and get out of this horrible world they're in. I think it has hope, which is kind of nice, like hope at the end for my character, that you'll never get over something like Shay's scene, but she has been given a chance to escape.
You know, when people ask me what's the film about, I guess, you know, I dress it up with, you know, sex and violence and prurience, and it's a bit of an armchair travel through a sort of a red light experience that nobody, you know, you can have safely in the cinema. But ultimately for me, the issues that the film is about is I think the most significant, but also the most common human thing, and that is the desire to change one's life. I think everybody goes through that experience in some sort of watershed way at least once in their life.
I think it's about seizing the chance to change your life, and it's a redemptive movie, I think. The point in your life where you decide to change
think one of the things that keeps the human spirit going and human beings going is this idea that they can, something better can happen to them. They can change their life for the better. You know? In X, pretty much every character in the film is on the cusp of some sort of change in their life, and they have some sort of dream of changing their life. So that's what X is about. It's about changing your life, you know, those desires, those ambitions, those efforts, and how significant, liberating, and also potentially annihilating those desires are.